So, Josh?
We did a story on the Prometheus project, which is a mentoring program, and we spoke to some people involved, and I found that it was actually a really cool program, and it helps a lot of people out, or at least it helped them out, and I think it helps more people out in school. So
I went to the Bank of Montreal to find out about this program that they've organized to basically give young people some work experience in the bank and find out what that's all about.
What about you, Sam?
We talked to some kids who really love their school, and they're trying to fight the school board to keep it open.
We talked to a bunch of students, Inuit students from up north that are attending John Abbott College right now, and they're part of a program that helps them both academically and socially integrate into society here.
I did my story on a circus school. We met a 16-year-old guy who's been training to be in the circus and hanging around circuses since age 3.
I enjoy it. Something new to do. Even though you miss like a day of school every week, it's fun.
The days go by faster. Even though they're longer, the days go by faster because you have more stuff to do than just regular school.
They're treating me like if I'm an actually new employee, and they're giving me the training that a new employee would get.
You know, the world of business can be just a little bit of an intimidating place. It's a real dog-eat-dog world here, you know. One mistake and you could be out. But today we caught up with a group of kids who really have the opportunity of a lifetime, getting the inside edge.
Hi, how you doing?
It's a little crazy this afternoon.
I noticed. Hey, look at
Can you move in on Chicago and then kick tomorrow?
You want me to move in Chicago? Yeah. Where are...
Danielle London standing? Danielle?
So how'd you find out about this job?
One morning, I'm in homeroom, and I get called down to the office by my vice principal. She lets me into her office. She says, do you want to work at a bank? I'm like, okay.
Well, this is our first meeting. Welcome, everyone, to our first meeting, and I hope everything is going well. Are you guys having fun? Yeah, it's going well.
It's a partnership program we have with the Protestant School Board of Greater Montreal and the Quebec Board of Black Educators. It's initiated from the Task Force on the Advancement of Visible Minorities that we ran here at the Bank of Montreal. What we try to show them here is what happens in the back of the bank: MasterCard, Treasury, international payments, the operations of the bank.
Hi, Erika. How's everything?
Fine.
Okay. Is there any question or anything I can help you with?
Yes, I was wondering, I work in MasterCard, and what I do is I transfer products. I send people cards. It's kind of stressful because I still have to go to school the next day and catch up with all the work I've missed, but it's pretty good. I like it. They have to be capable individuals. Grade 11 students, of course, their marks have to be very, very good.
If we have an increased unemployment rate, what's going to happen to GDP probably?
Prior to this job, I was in this state of turmoil. You know, if you're going to college or something, what are you going to do?
An increase in tax?
Should I get high marks in English because I want to do creative, or should I get high marks in math because I want to do commerce? This job has given me an insight.
Do you find that doing something like this is helping you decide which way you want to go?
Actually, a lot, yeah, because, well, since you're learning new skills and stuff, you know what it's like to actually work in a bank and work in that environment. And knowing just how it feels like to work, actually, it's all.
I think it's great. I think the people here are amazing. I think the work here is amazing. I'm learning as I go along right now. Like, I've been doing this for 5 weeks, and I still haven't stopped learning.
I hope there's some skills that they can take with them for the rest of their lives. See what it is like to work, to get up every morning at 8 o'clock, be here on time, be, disciplined.
Is this something that you would suggest other young people to do?
Oh, definitely. I would suggest that to anyone because, what this program has given us, all black kids, the opportunity to move forward, showing that, black students are not only, gangbangers and stuff like that.
If I actually put their name on the top and don't fill up the spaces, is it possible just to keep going with it?
Sure.
Yeah?
Fine.
There's something to get ahead in the world. It's not an easy world out there, and this is one of the things that'll get you out there and get you in front of everybody else.
People are really investing a lot in you guys. How does that feel?
People our age get a lot of help from a lot of people because we're dubbed as the bad class, and when you know that there's adults out there that do want to make a success of you, that are willing to help you along the way, that's good to know. This is the real deal, and I would definitely suggest it to people who want to know what the real deal is.
people these days. We took to the streets to see if teenagers would ever consider using the personal ads to meet that special someone.
No, definitely not. Not an option.
I don't think I'd be able to trust someone that I've just met in the paper and that I have no clue about, so I think I'd rather know someone before going out with them.
No, just run through it for curiosity to see what's out there, but not to just look and call somebody.
Sure, why not? I need to see the person first. I can't just find a paper.
I knew one girl that did it, and she had a really bad experience because the guy ended up being a total asshole.
I don't need to look in a paper for girls. No, I mean, you can see their face, you can see what they're like, they can be nachos.
I don't think so. I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think so, because I'm not that desperate.
No, not the newspaper, but I've tried the net. I've tried looking on the net, and so far it looks promising.
No, haven't, and I don't think I'm going to. I don't think so. I'd want to know the person, and I think that's a very impersonal way to go about it.
I don't think that would be interesting.
The students, they just can't be packed up like suitcases and moved off. Because I know it's not easy going from one school to another. You have to start your life all over again with a new foundation. Listen, a lot of kids don't like school, right? But when the PSBGM decided to close Argyle Academy, their students chose to fight. And this week, Jared decided to go find out how. Our school should not close because we're Argyle. People chose to come here. Our school is unique. We have many things that other schools don't have to offer.
What might make sense in terms of economics certainly does not make sense in terms of education.
We formed an SOS committee with students that are willing to give up their own time to help save our school. As you know, our deadline is getting closer and closer for us to hand in our brief, and I need some student input from you guys. What are some ideas that we can do to keep our school open? The petition.
Show that we're a good school and we deserve to stay open, and we are good people here. We're not a bunch of thugs or anything.
We're independent.
Yeah.
All right, what are some things that make Argyle Argyle?
Small school. And what happens with a small school is you're an individual and not a number.
Teacher input, like one-on-one, say you have problems, like your subject, they'll help you. They'll really help you.
I came here for the sports program. So some people only have gym once a week or 2 times a week if they're lucky, you know? Yeah. And then us, we have the privilege of having gym every day.
It's not all sports and no academics. I mean, if you're failing something, they're just going to pull you off the team no matter how good you are.
All of you guys have your bags, gloves, and ski poles? Yep. All right. Please divide yourselves up.
You're leaving anyways. What do you guys care?
I've been here since grade 7. I mean, I don't want to see my school close down right after I graduate. I mean,
I really want other people to benefit from what I've benefit from.
My grandmother came here a long time ago and she told me it was a good school.
You know, it'd be nice to come back and see the old teachers.
And I just want the future generation to have a piece of that.
It's like it would be a waste of money and a waste of time, for grade 7 to see Argyle closed.
Do you think it's strange that you have to fight to go to school?
I feel it's really awkward because, this is really complicating some of our lives. Aside from having our extracurricular activities and our schoolwork, now we have to fight for this.
I'm extremely proud. Their handling of it has just been huge. They've gone around speaking to the kids. That becomes a very powerful tool to include the young kids.
Excuse me, can you please sign a petition to save Argyle?
Right, would you like to sign a petition to save Argyle Academy? Would you like to sign a petition to save Argyle Academy?
I don't like maybe the idea to close the school.
Well, considering it's the only English Protestant school that is in Verdun, I think it's pretty significant that it should stay open.
For the youngster, they get used to go to the same school and it's good for them.
From my point of view, we have in Verdun enough English-speaking students from the secondary level to have a good high school. It seems to me that Argyle, for what it is, and you know what's Argyle in fact, Argyle shall remain open. Be confident.
Good luck.
We're not gonna take it! Oh no! We're not! Our committee has thought that we should have a theme song. It's about students fighting for their rights and that they're not going to take it anymore because they've had enough. Gonna take it! Oh no! We're not gonna take it! We're not gonna take it! but in Kujuk, and it was really hard for me when I came here.
Not being able to like go hunting or fishing. This is very fun. Just taking off for the weekend and being able to fish and hunt. So I kind of miss it, I guess.
There are a lot of Inuit students from northern Quebec right now that attend John Abbott College. But it's always a hard transition, both academically and socially, to come here. So their school board decided to start a program for them to help make that transition just a bit easier. So we talked to some of the students here to see how they felt about it.
If all other alternatives failed and we used punishment, something that he mentioned, I think, was grounding. Is that a concept you're familiar with?
It just helps me understand more what we're learning in the like real classes.
I'm a shy person, so I don't really like going into classes with lots of students. So that's kind of hard at first, but then you get used to it. First year students get more help. They're being helped to understand more of what they have to do in college, like during their first year.
Before we started the program, our pass rate through the 1980s was something in the area of 24%, 25% of courses taken, courses passed for first-year students. Since the program has been implemented and developed here at John Abbott, the pass rate has increased to about 75%.
The notes on child rearing. Think of your own villages up north, where there's a lot of people available. Very, very seldom do you have to phone a babysitter. There's someone there available to look after your newborn. They're never alone, and there's a lot of help from the community and from the extended family. Now, who was the famous psychologist, famous doctor he compared that kind of child rearing with? Who was the famous doctor? Yeah, Dr. Spock. Dr. Spock. Not the guy from Star Trek.
Some people give up easily because some students aren't motivated. I think the most important thing is that they have to be motivated by their parents or the people they know up north. But it doesn't mean that we're stupid. We just have to work hard if we want to pass our courses.
If you had a student from John Abbott, not Inuit, and they go to a writing center or a study session, it's the same thing.
It has helped me a lot. I developed the skills to succeed on my own, because it's easier for me now that I'm used to the system, how college works.
Oh my God, Ben, you're doing your laundry?
Who's been mixing their crap and mine?
I'm gonna discuss about a friend of mine who has happened to be my classmate who committed suicide when he was about 12. So it's gonna be a real long essay. And hopefully my psychology teacher who reads it won't be too depressed.
The plan is not so much to integrate them in as is to allow them to adapt to Southern life.
When I graduate, I have a lot of plans right now. I want to start dog teaming with my friend and start offering packages for people interested in going on dog team tours in Kujuk, outside Kujuk.
Why do you think people are so attracted to the circus and performing?
Because it's magic.
We're here at the Circus School of Verdun, where you could learn everything from juggling to the art of the trampoline. And the best part is you don't need any experience. So I thought I'd seize the opportunity and see if I could learn a couple things myself. Can you tell us a bit how the school is run?
Our lessons are accessible to everybody. You are big, tall, man or woman, and there's 150 kids now who are in take lessons, circus lessons here. They are 5 to 18 years old, and they're 3 years of adults too.
How do you start teaching somebody to be in the circus?
I try to introduce all the discipline of the arts of the circus to the students, because they don't know what is the circus, so they have to tried juggling, unicycle, trampoline, tumbling, pyramids, many different apparatus.
So how long have you been training to be a circus performer?
I've been training since I've been really young, throughout my life, with my dad and my parents, because my parents, they're in the circus, and I've been doing it since I was born.
What's your favorite part of being in the circus? Do you have a certain apparatus that you like the best, or a certain activity that's your favorite?
Well, I prefer the unicycle. My dad made this for me when I was 3 years old.
So that's when you started?
Yeah, that's when I started. I was able to ride it when I was about 4. So I was able to go backwards, forwards, yeah, just do it. I wasn't able to do tricks yet.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. Do you think I could learn how to do it?
Sure, I can show you. If you do it a lot, you'll be able to do it in, I don't know. It depends on the person, the talent. That's basically what you have to do. Like, try to go forward.
This is harder than it looks. Well, at least I'm trying. Do you find that some of the students from here would go on to perform in Cirque du Soleil?
They dream. Some of them, they dream, but they know that they have to work hard if you want to be there, too.
Where do you want to see yourself? Is there a certain circus that you have a dream to work for, like Cirque du Soleil or something like that?
Yeah, you know, I go to do the audition for the Circus for the Cirque du Soleil. Puis I wait for this month's now.
Do you find that a lot of the people from the school go on to perform in circuses or in shows?
We put something on, and we did the jazz festival. We go on the Vieux Port and some Christmas party for company.
What's it like seeing the reaction of the crowd when you do something amazing, they're applauding, and they think it's great?
Oh, that's the best feeling you can get. That's your pay. Like it's what you're waiting for. Because you know, like if the people applaud, they like it, obviously.
Why do you think so many young people are attracted to the circus, that it's like a dream for them to be able to perform?
I think here in Quebec, Cirque du Soleil make big publicity for the circus arts. This is the best circus in the world. So people like to join the circus one day.
Is there a specific place you want to see yourself in 10 years?
Cirque du Soleil.
The mentoring program provides. We're going to meet up with Eric and his mentor, Mario, find out what the program has done for them in their relationship.
My parents are separated, you know, so I live with my mother and for most of my life, and she had to play the role of both father and mother, you know. And when I was introduced with Mario, it felt great because I had somebody like a father, you know, to teach me even more things. Father and brother, you know, because I don't have any siblings either, you know. So it's great.
I'm a teacher, and that's, like I said, that's why one of the reasons why I got involved in the program in the first place. I wanted to have some first-hand experience with young people. I think the relationship I have with Eric is probably the best thing that's come out of it. He adds another dimension to my life, you know.
So Eric, what made you decide to join the program?
Well, it wasn't really my decision. It was my mother's decision. You know, my marks weren't as high as before, and my mom went to the school and asked the guidance counselor, what can I do to help Eric get better in school? And she offered this program, you know, and it was just new, and he came to the school, Mario, and we decided to talk, and here we are now.
3 years later.
3 years later, still going.
You know, Louisiana was called Louisiana because of King Louis? You know? The 14th, the 18th, whatever, 14th, and the 11th. Yeah. I'm an English teacher, remember, not a history teacher.
Oh, okay.
So, when I first knew him, he was 13 years old, so he was a lot younger than I was. Now, it's almost like he's almost 18, he's almost an adult, and he has matured quite a bit, so it is more of a friendship now, as before it was more of an older brother, but I still think of him as my younger brother, even though we're very close friends, obviously, you know.
So you seem like a pretty big hockey fan.
Yeah, huge. Actually, Mario gave me this one too.
Skila, for at this time in his career, you know,
I heard he had a lot of problems, and he could have maybe used a mentor. You know,
most likely.
Mario would have been too young to have been his mentor, but maybe someone else.
I used to go to his hockey games, and that was, I think, pretty important to him.
Yeah.
Because he had, no one to go to hockey games with, and I used to drive him to his games and stuff, and I almost felt like a dad in that case, because, because he literally had nobody to do that for him,
Felt good him coming to my hockey games, like having somebody to watch over me, Talk to him about anything, if it's for school or personal life, anything, I can talk to him about it, and some people are stuck, because they have nowhere to go, nowhere to turn, and if I'm stuck and even my mother can't answer my questions, I can always come to him, and most of the time he has the great answers,
Oh, yeah.
The Prometheus project has been in existence since 1992. We are now in 7 schools in Montreal. We will be starting in an 8th, definitely in January, and maybe a 9th. We're in the Protestant School Board and the Catholic School Commission. Last year we had 54 mentors at the end of the year, and we look to have about 70, maybe 75 this year. Teachers are overworked. They're there to teach. Let them teach, The social workers are there to deal with the hardcore cases and the psychologists with the hardcore cases. Let them do that. Let other people like us come in and just help the people in the middle. Although all the press articles we see in the headlines and the statistics seem so negative about young adults these days and adolescents, in fact, whenever I meet them, I'm completely inspired, and that's the honest truth. And I'm looking forward to when they're in control, and they're very clear-headed and down-to-earth and understand realities much more than I ever did, or much more than my group of friends ever did when we were in high school.
I rarely feel like a father to him, but like I said, at the beginning I did, because he was younger and because I was bringing him to hockey games and stuff. But it's definitely more of a brother kind of relationship now.
What would you say is the best piece of advice, if there is one, that Mario has given you?
Stay positive, and everything's great, You'll live a happy life and do good in school, and you'll have a good career, and then be successful, and then live your life happily.
Yeah.
Ever after.
I told you that.
All right, well, that's it for this week's BuzZone. I got to get moving, so I'll see you later. Ciao.
If you have any story ideas, get in touch with us. You can fax us, you can phone us, you can write us, and you can even reach us on the internet.